Yeah, I just learned something. I was finna show how cute I did my makeup, but that ain't important. I feel good. I feel good. That is what is important. So I feel so good that I said I'm gonna talk about Capricorn season real quick. Shout out to everybody. I hope everybody's having a good winterization. Okay, winter is the season, and the signs that are in winter are Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces. So shout out to all the winter babies. Okay, y'all are different. But I love y'all still, okay? But shout out to y'all, okay? Let me quit being shady. Look, winter really does decide the winner, okay? Because if you think about a process, like the seasons go through a processional. That's Mother Nature, that's Earth going through a processional. Spring is the warming up of the process. The summer is the summer. All right, it's the heat, that really builds up during the process, right? So if I'm cooking, warm it up. When it's time to really throw the, veggies and all that good flavor into the skillet, it's like it needs to be at a certain temperature, right? So it's got to be hot. Now, what happens once you're done, with the meal when you prepared it? Then you have to let it cool down. And that's the fall, right? So you let it chill for a minute. And then finally, what's decided in the end when everything solidifies, when you don't let everything rest a little minute, okay, cool down, because you don't want to be like Martin, not Martin. That was Martin eating that hot ass apple pie, right? Yeah, you don't want to be like him. So you want to let that, joint cool off a little bit, right? And that decides on if you're a winner, right? When it gets solidified, when it's really chilled out. And that's what I feel winter is all about. Now, the leader of winter, okay, it's the last time that we're going to see the earth sign. So shout out to the Capricorns. It's like y'all bringing the new year, the new Gregorian here, y'all. It's lit. This ain't that video, but what the hell is new outside? Okay, it's cold as hell. Play with somebody else, okay? But shout out to my Cappies, okay? Y'all lead in the winter. So the leadership energy of winter is about Capricorn. Now, what is Capricorn? And shout out to the positive astrology deck. I love this deck of cards. Crystal Savoy. So what is the winter time about when it comes to Capricorn? The zodiac is the characteristics of the houses, which we'll talk about that. But in this particular spot, Capricorn is about your ambition, right? What drove you for success, because this is the end of the process and soon it ain't gonna be much work left to do. Well, this is like the last of the work energy with the earth sign, because earth is like a material element, like what you can materialize. So when you think about winter, it's not the time to really like be doing a lot. Most of the times we kind of, where you be is where you be. So when things come to rest, it's about taking the initiative to put everything in place. So that does require you to be ambitious, right? And practical. But you got to stay motivated too, because you got to get your ass through the winter time. Winter is one. I think I got the spirit of a bear. I tell you why. I believe that because when it comes to winter, baby, I could just hibernate. Just wake me up in March, okay? But that ain't how life goes. So, you have to deal with it. You have to deal with the solidification, because really what happens too is in the winter, like when you realize it, you really get to see what you built. All right? And we're going to talk a little bit more about the Capricorn energy, because we're going to be amongst the Capricorn new moon too. But you really get to see what made something successful. Now, and the idea of being a success is about the work that you put in, right? And this is going to show your 10th house. This is like the house of public works. This is the work that you put into a situation. What made it what it was, okay? Now, how did you get to this successfulness, this organized state? How things organized around stuff, what composed it all? Well, look at the house that the zodiac came from, and this is the 10th house. So when you think about the 10th house, this is what people can see you as. Now, if it's a 12-step process, 10 is almost there, right? Now people can actually see you for what you've done, and this affects your status and your reputation. So I don't think it's too off putting of the universe to put it on Cat Williams' spirit and the Shay Shay Club, to come together so this man could just run down the reputations of some of these comics. Because, quiet as it's kept, Cat been saying this. Cat Williams been cussing mofos out, been talking about the agendas and stuff like that. It's just now is the perfect season and the perfect time, and for the world to be on the same wave frequency as Cat, and he not crazy no more. You see what I'm saying? 38 million views. Nigga ain't crazy. Cause who gonna be here for 2 hours for a nigga that's crazy? 38 million people, not maybe, but not likely, right? He was really going in on the reputation of people, right? Because some people's ambitions, right, to succeed ain't always wrapped so tight. So you got to be careful about it, right? Like, for instance, if you worked hard, like Cat Williams, he's got the reputation and the status for just giving a comic $1,000, right? Just because they did a good show. While Steve Harvey got a status and a reputation of like, nigga, I'm funnier than you and I deserve this show more than you. You see what I'm saying? So it's all about, your energy. This is why when people say shit like, I don't like Capricorns, y'all the devil, they mean that shit, okay? Because the thing about the devil is, if you take it back from like the biblical sense, yeah, it looks like a person, but really the devil is your desire. The Lucifer star Venus, it's like your desire, and that's what we, attribute a lot of the devil's characteristics with Lucifer. So, to keep that in theme, right? Your desire to win, because this is the winter, you're ambitious, right? About getting there. These are all characteristics of being the GOAT, the greatest of all time, right? You have to think about how people see you, right? And some people, if there's an energy to succeed by any means necessary, like for instance, if you out in the winter, you gotta do what the fuck you gotta do, right? So this is why a lot of this energy of Capricorns be like this. And if I ain't mistaken, Steve Harvey a goddamn Capricorn. Okay, so he's really the example right now. So shout out to Cat Williams, and shout out to Steve Harvey. Look, I take it for what it is, right? But I just think it's a very interesting thing that we got going on life stage, right? That is playing out like this, right? But anywho, let's keep it funky to Capricorn season. Like I said, I think the timing is so divine with this right now, right? Well, look at this divine green. Anyway, they ain't do that good on my nails, but that's okay. Anyway, okay. So 10th house, Capricorn season, right? Your status, your reputation, your rewards, your talents or lack thereof. Shout out to Cat Williams. So, whatever it was, right? Because here's the thing. You got a talent for writing jokes, right? I swear to God, somebody got a talent for stealing them. It's a gift. Because not everybody can get away with that shit, right? You know what I'm saying? But, so whatever a person's talents are, we like to think of talents as singing and dancing. And sometimes your talent is like becoming a billionaire, And if you're going to become a billionaire, status and reputation has a lot to do with it. How you're seen, how people see you. And not everybody cares to be seen like it's friendly. Some people be caring to be seen about business is business. You know what I'm saying? That's a Cap energy. That's what winter do to you. If it's cold as fuck outside, bitch, this ain't Gemini season. This ain't conversation for conversation's sake, bitch. It's cold. Well, what is we doing? You shitting on the pot or not? You know what I'm saying? This is Capricorn's energy. Also in the tarot, this is the devil card. The devil, like I said, the devil card. Okay, so let's talk about the devil. The devil, it's got really bad, juju behind it. But the devil card isn't like terrible. It's about your ambition, right? And it's about what you're willing to do to get there, okay? And sometimes when people are feeling a little devilish, they're willing to do anything to get there by any means necessary. That would be like Capricorn's philosophy, because at the end of the day, you're going to be seen for your public works, because the planet that here is reality. And this is where Saturn comes from, the worker. What really worked in reality was for Steve Harvey to get to where he got. He had to do what he did. You see what I'm saying? So that's the devil. Doing what you got to do to get what you got to do. You got to use what you got to get what you want. You know what I'm saying? This is what it's all about when it comes to this type of energy. And it's not necessarily good or bad. It's really how a person uses it, right? But it's reality, right? What made it real? How you really get there, right? It's your steadfastness. It's your discipline. It's what you ultimately took ownership and became responsible for, doing it the straight and narrow way or just jacking folks shit. You know what I'm saying? It's your commitment and your diligence to make shit real. That's what Saturn is about. Saturn is about reality. When you look at the etymology on this planet, if you decide to look at the word, Saturn, you're going to see it spelled with the AE, and AE it means law, essentially. So Saturn is the planet that really works with the laws of reality, right? So that's what winter is kind of telling you. You had all other seasons to do the work, right? This is really like you got to kind of survive the winter. So what did you make your reality to be to get you through these last 3 sons of the zodiac as they transit through winter? What did you do? You know, where did you play fair? Is that the reputation you got? Because whatever you led with, that's going to be the theme for the rest of the winter, right? Did you play fairly? Were you or did you just play hardball, right? The reality is this is where Saturn is. What works that you put in? And so I do think it's kind of interesting that a person's status and reputation doesn't typically come out to the end. It's kind of hard to know what a person's all about at the beginning, right? It's like you got to work your way up almost to the end. And I feel like that's kind of what, again, the Cat Williams situation, right? That's what happened. Cat ain't never not said this, right? But it took a minute for people to get it in the end, right? Steve Harvey looked cool. He's funny. He does have cool little one-liners. I like the Kings of Comedy. Like, if I didn't know none of this drama was happening when I was a teenager watching this shit, I just knew the niggas was funny. They was all funny to me, right? So, going through that process in Cat's experience to kind of see things happen the way they happen, it is kind of like, well, damn, shit really went down like that, and other people corroborate the stories. So when you see shit how it really worked or works for a person, this is now where you can have your reputation and status set, right? You see what I'm saying? So sometimes you got the status of doing this because you are reputable at that, right? And what, be it good or be it bad, that's what you're known for. And so what Saturn is always going to bring us back down to is like, what the fuck do you want to be seen as? What you want your legacy to be? If you wanted to be a billionaire, right, what does it take to get you to be a billionaire? Now, that's for every man to decide. You know what I'm saying? Can you really be mad at a nigga who lives in a capitalistic society and they treat you different when you broke? So you do whatever you got to do? You see what I'm saying? The devil don't look so bad now, right? But it's about the devil that you want to dance with. Because, honey, I can't tell you how to move. Okay? I can't tell you how to march to the drum and stuff for every man to decide for itself. But I do find it interesting and fascinating, like, all this shit happened during this transit. So anyway, that's essentially my time, y'all. That's Saturn for your ass with the 10th house in Capricorn season. So I hope that you enjoyed that. It made me feel good to kind of come back with some content, y'all. We doing it gorilla style. So y'all gonna pray for me that we get this technology together. Okay, we gonna get this together. Okay, but in the meantime, if you enjoyed the content, come back for some more. I love you. This is Balcony, and I'm out. Bye.